Why is it doing this? Sorry, guys. All right, let's just, no. Okay. Sorry, my thing is not cooperating with me right now. There. Okay, got it. Okay. Morning, everybody. So, this week I'm well this week is the holiday Yom Kippur in the Jewish calendar, which is usually known as the Day of Atonement, but is also known as the Day of Forgiveness. Morning, John. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Um, so I forgiveness is one of the sort of qualities that I love, that I like to teach on, because in my life it has been a really powerful what's the word I'm looking for? Alchemical, transformative quality to cultivate. When we are holding on to, a hurt, someone's hurt us, we're angry, someone's done something, it puts us in this sort of box. It clouds the way that we see ourselves, the way that we see the world. We see everything through the prism of that hurt or that anger. And while that's an appropriate reaction, in the short term, anger is the sort of heating element that cauterizes the wounds and helps it to scar over. There comes a time where you have to step out of that, and that's a choice. We all know people who have chosen to not do that and have let moments that, hurting and challenging moments in their life become a defining moment, and they're not usually particularly happy people or peaceful people. And so there's sort of layers to forgiveness. There's the forgiving of the other, which is really for you and not for them. It's for them a little bit. It can heal a relationship when you can wholeheartedly, give someone mercy, grace, clemency. But it has a more profound effect on our own experience when we do that, because I know for me, often when, there's a hurt or something that is staying with me, it's often that I am hurt, I'm angry at myself, it's this moment of this feeling of, hi Lana, of how did I let this happen? How did I not see this person for who they were? How did I let this person into my life? How did I get myself in that situation? And that's the self-talk that goes on. And so there has to be a forgiveness of yourself in that situation, which is not it's not to say blame the victim. People do terrible things. That's not your fault that thing happened. But when we hold on to that sort of mental energy um, of uh, of continuing to sort of prolong that part of it and continuing to beat our own selves up about it, then we're not moving forward out of that situation. And it's not to say, forgiveness, if the person in the relationship is willing to change and to, it's like I used to say to my kids, don't say I'm sorry unless you intend to change your behavior, because that's what I'm sorry means. I'm sorry means I didn't mean it. It happened, but I'm not going to do it again. So until you're ready to say that, don't say I'm sorry. Like, that word doesn't mean anything, just saying the word, and it's the same with grown-ups, Um, but what was the point that I was thinking with that? Um, okay, lost my train of thought. But anyway, the idea is find that, that we find that mercy, that clemency, and it opens things up for us, and it does soften the way that we're in relationship with whoever that is, and it's not, this is what I was starting to say, it's not that it might not be that you have to let that person back into your life, especially if it's someone who is does the thing over and over again. And really everybody's doing their best. They probably don't mean it. It's probably not about you, it's probably about them. It doesn't mean you have to let them back in your life. It doesn't mean you have to be in relationship in the same way, but um, you can have that. But the forgiveness is really about what's happening in your own heart, and so that's what we can release ourselves from. Um, and it's not a letting anyone off the hook. It's sort of letting our own heart off the hook, you know. So what does that have to do with yoga? The body keeps the score. The body holds what it holds. We hold energetic impressions. You can call it karma, you can call it whatever name you want to call it, but we know even on the very physical level, we hold stuff in our bodies, And so when there is a hurt, when there is a brokenness, uh, there is a somatic experience of that, whether we're aware of it or not. There is a feeling that there is a place that happens in our bodies. And so when we can do this work of perhaps thinking about, a letting go of a hurt, or a clemency or grace for ourselves or for someone else, and we can also at the same moment be in the somatic experience of what that feels like to let that go, that's really powerful healing. So that's the invitation for you this morning of just, investigating where that might be hiding out in your body, in your heart, and perhaps in ways that you're very deeply aware of, and perhaps in ways that will reveal themselves to you as you just pay attention. All right, so close your eyes, sit up nice and tall. Let yourself soften a little bit. When we are not forgiving, when we are holding anger or hurt, there's this sort of outer armor that goes up. So just let it soften a little bit. Soften your skin, soften your muscles, soften your face, the set of your jaw. Then take a little deeper dive into where you might be having an experience of a hardening, or a tightness, or a holding on to something that you wish to release. The Bhagavad Gita, the Bible, all of our sacred texts, they all talk about how forgiveness is such a key attribute to cultivate, but they don't really tell us how to do it. But yoga can help tell us how to do it. We can soften. So with that sense of softness around your heart, around any hurt that you are aware of, your hands to your heart, and let's chant together so that we remember that we do this work together. We don't have to be in it alone. Deep breath in. Shivaya, Rame, Satchitananda Murtaye, Jaya Shantaya, Maya Tejasi, Shivaya, Rame, Satchitananda Murtaye, Bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. Let your eyes open. All right. We're going to start in tabletop. Come to hands and knees. Nope, we're going to start in child's pose. I lied. Come to child's pose. We're starting in child's pose as a means to really be able to turn inwards, to turn inside, to turn to our hearts. Oh my gosh. With your hips back, walk your hands a little farther out in front so you're lengthening from your hips to your armpits, from your armpits to your fingertips. And then keeping your hips low, walk your arms, your torso over to the right. That's it. Pull your left hip back in space, reach to your left fingertips. Maybe take your left hand on top of your right hand for a little deeper stretch. So, walk through center, over to the left as you're ready. Back to center. And then bring your hands behind your back. If your head isn't making it to the floor, you can put a blanket in front of you and roll it up so that your head has something to rest on. Bring your hands behind your back, lace them together. If that's problematic for a shoulder, you can hold a strap behind you. And then on your next inhale, just let your hands lift up off your hips. Lift your arms, lift your hands a little bit. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Exhale, let your hands come back down to your hips. Inhale, let your arms lift a little bit. Exhale, lower. If you want to add on here, rolling to the top of your head as you lift your arms, you can do that. If that's problematic for a neck, if you have neck or spinal issues, I would skip that part and just work the arms. And then just pulse with your breath, inhaling arms up and down, rolling to the top of the head or not. Yeah, John, that's probably not a good one for you with the glaucoma. It's not good for the pressure in the eyes. All right, do one or two more. Lift and lower. Really lift the shoulder blades in towards the spine. Good. And then release your hands. Next time your hips are down, stretch your arms back out in front. Inhale and find your way up to tabletop. Inhale and sweep your right arm up to the right, twist open. Exhale, reach under, just keep it moving for a moment. So just reach to the left and then inhale, reach up to the right, twist open. Exhale, reach under. One more time, inhale, twist open. Exhale, reach under, and now land onto your shoulder or your elbow, whatever wants to touch the floor. Walk your left hand over to the left a little bit. Come up onto your left fingertips. Maybe walk the left arm a little more overhead. Kick your left leg out to the left. Good. Push your right shoulder into the floor. And then if it feels comfortable, roll more towards the back of your head. Again, be really aware of how your neck feels. If that feels like a good, gentle stretch for the neck, go for it. If that feels like too much, stay more on your side. One more breath here. Twisting. And then push your left hand down, bring yourself back up and over to the other side. left arm up, twist open. Exhale, reach under to the right. Inhale, twist open, reach open, look up. Good. Exhale, reach under. One more time. Twist, open twist, and then exhale and reach under and land onto your shoulder and your head. Walk your left hand up more overhead. No, right hand, sorry. It's your right hand. And then kick your right leg over to the right. Good. If it feels okay for your neck, walk your right hand a little more overhead. Start to roll towards the back of your neck. Looking up more towards the ceiling. Again, use the weight of, put more weight into your right hand and your left shoulder so that your neck is getting a little stretch, but you're not dumping the weight of your body into your neck. Take one more breath here. Long exhale out. Plant your right hand, come on, back up. Tuck your toes and lift up into downward facing dog. Go wide with your feet. So go to a long, wide dog pose. Yeah. Just letting things ease open a little bit. All right, good. Then do some dog squats here. So bend your knees deeply, pull your hips back. That's it. And then straighten your legs, stretch your heels down. And then bend your knees, belly in between your thighs, thigh bones back, hips back. Good. Straighten your legs. Couple more, just like that, bending and straightening. Can be as slow or as quick as you want it to be. Good. Next time your knees are bent, walk your hands back towards your feet. We're going to come into a squat. If your knees are happier being up high, you can land into this high squat here. If your knees feel reasonable coming down low, you can also prop your butt on a block or heels on a blanket. Good. Squeeze your legs into your arms. Broaden your collarbones and lift your breastbone, but drop your tailbone at the same time. Then keep your left arm and your left leg squeezing together. Twist to the right. The word in Sanskrit for a twist is parivrita. It means to rotate, to turn yourself. And so perhaps think about what it is you want to turn yourself towards and turn away from that you don't need anymore as you ring out. Come to center. Second side, release your right hand, twist open left. Left hand can go on the left knee or it can reach up to the sky. That's it. Turn your belly a little more deeply. Turn your heart, turn your gaze. Good. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Then we'll walk back to downward facing dog. Release your hands back to the floor. Walk yourself forward. Narrow your stance and then keep on going. Find your way to plank. Good. In your plank, do a couple of shoulder blade push-ups. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards your spine and then press the floor away, squeezing your hands towards each other. And then let the shoulder blades slide onto the back, looking forward. Exhale. Squeeze the hands together, push into the floor. One more time, heart towards the floor, and then press away. Good. We're coming down to the belly. Find your way there, however you want to get there. Bring your arms back by your sides. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. They don't have to be touching, but draw them in towards each other. Tone your legs and your glutes. Then inhale, let your feet float up, your knees float up, your arms, shoulders, head, everything you can lift up and away from the floor. Good. Lift your outer shoulders a little higher. Hug your outer shoulder blades in, your inner shoulder blades in. Take your breastbone forward, even as you extend back through your legs. Exhale and release down. Bring your hands now behind your back and interlace your fingers. Same pose. This time with the fingers interlaced. If that's too much on a shoulder, hold a strap behind your back. Good. Squeeze your arms and your legs towards each other now. And inhale, lift up any amount. You can take your legs a little wider and lift a little higher if that feels good to you. One more breath. Good. Exhale, release. Just turn your cheek over to the side for a moment. Take your hands underneath your head. We're going to come into a thigh stretch. So we'll just do this first one like a little baby thigh stretch. Your head can stay down on your left hand, bend up your right knee, reach for your right foot behind you. Flare out the toes. If you can get your hand on top of your foot for a little more leverage, do that, but be gentle. We're early in practice, so doesn't feel quite warm enough yet to go into your deepest thigh stretch. Be gentle with yourself. Keep your thigh bone rooting down and draw your heel towards your buttock. Tone your belly. Good, release that foot. And second side. Bend up your left knee, catch your left foot. So there's all sorts of course, anatomical and physical reasons why we feel tightness in our bodies, why our muscles feel tight. But there's also these, sort of psychological reasons. The body keeps the score. The body holds the impression of our experiences. So perhaps let your mind open up to what else might be opening up other than your thigh muscle or your hamstring or whatever it is we happen to be stretching at any given moment. All right, release that foot down. Press yourself back up to downward facing dog. Bring your feet a little closer together now. Stretch your left heel down. Sweep your right leg up towards the sky. Good. Let's go level hips for a moment. Spin your inner thigh up. Pull your left hip back. Push into your hands evenly, equally. The weight's going to want to come a little bit more to the left. Don't let that happen yet. We're going to do it in a minute, but keep pushing through your right arm. Extend up through your right leg. A little more of a hamstring stretch. Okay, then drop your right foot. Left leg up. Hips level. Good. Drop your right heel a little lower. Lift your left leg a little higher. Balance the weight in your arms for the moment. Good. Exhale, that foot down. Inhale, flow forward to plank. You can do it with knees down if you need to, a low plank. And then exhale, lower down through chaturanga or low push-up. And inhale, sweep forward into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, right leg up again for dog split. This time, bend your knee and open up your hip. Lift your knee up high. That's it. Hug your right heel over towards your left outer hip. And if you want, you can drop your left elbow down and really weight the left side of your body more so that the right side can lift up a little more. Yeah, that's it. Good. One more breath here. If your elbow is down, lift it up and then step that right foot all the way forward between your hands. Inhale, come upright. If you need the back heel down for balance, that's fine, or else have the back heel up for a lunge, if that's a reasonable thing for you to do. Clasp your left wrist in your right hand. Get taller through your spine. Lean, take a side bend to the right. Lean to the right. Open up the left side body. Lift your left ribs up, even as you extend back through your left leg. Then twist towards your right leg. Hook your elbow across. Join your palms together. That's it. And then instead of letting your belly collapse down onto your thigh, push your elbow to your leg. Extend your spine. Turn your belly. Turn your heart. Turn your heart towards forgiveness, towards mercy, towards grace. Good. We're going to drop the back knee. You can release your hands first, or you can just drop it down. If you released your arms, find the twist again. Sit maybe a little deeper into that front thigh for a little deeper hip flexor stretch. One more breath in the twist here. Then inhale, unfurl. Come on up. Reach up, stretch up. Good. Push the top of your left thigh bone back, even as you sit into that right hip a little deeper. Lift your ribs evenly, right ribs, left ribs, shoulders lift, fingers reach up. Good. Exhale, hands down. Slide your hips back. Left hip over left knee. Right leg straight for a hamstring stretch. Here, hands can go onto blocks, of course. Look back at your hips and notice
See that the hips are level with each other. If you're super flexible, that right hip might be lower than the left. If you're on the tighter side, the right hip will probably be higher and more forward. So adjust, bring yourself to the middle. Extend your leg and extend your spine, and then let your head, your neck, your jaw soften, and soften around all the places that have gotten hardened inside yourself from past hurts. Just soften around that a little bit. Soften your thoughts about it. Soften around your emotions about it. Soften the self-talk and the self-flagellation about it. All right, inhale, come forward and come back to downward facing dog. You can hold here if you want to come through a vinyasa. Here's an opportunity for that. Left leg to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Twist and look left. That's it. Right elbow can stay up or drop down, but either way, weight the right arm and the right leg and the right heel a little bit more. So you can lift your left leg a little higher and twist a little more deeply. Nice, you guys. If the elbow is down, lift it up, step forward, lunge. You got it. Okay. Side bend, clasp your right wrist. Get tall through the right side body. Lean to the left. Keep squeezing, scissoring your legs in towards each other for balance. Lean a little bit more on the next exhale. Lean a little bit more and then twist and just hook that elbow across the knee. Join your palms to your heart. Turn your heart towards your thumbs. Lift your heart towards your thumbs a little bit. That's it. Then turn your gaze. If you're feeling wobbly, looking down might help. But if you've got your balance, you can look up. Okay, good. Then we're going to drop the back knee. So you can look down to drop it. You can release your hands to drop it, or you can just stay where you are and drop the knee down. Good. Keep squeezing the legs. Turn a little deeper. Twist a little deeper. Sit a little deeper into that front hip. Inhale and unfurl. Let your arms float up. Reach up. Maybe take a little baby back bend here. Extending energy from your pelvis down to the earth, from your pelvis up to the sky. Good. Hands down to the floor. So back knee down, John, for this one. And then right hip back. Yeah, right knee is on the floor. Right hip back over right knee, left leg out in front. Yeah, that's it. Good. Again, look back or just feel. See if you can feel your way into it. Level off your hips. Extend your spine and your leg and then fold over any amount deeper. Maybe walk your hands forward a little bit. As you soften your face, again, soften the places inside that feel hardened by hurt, by anger, by people treating you in ways that you don't feel like you deserved. It happens. But here's the thing, we do it too. You know, I've done it. You've done it. We've all done it, not intentionally. Maybe sometimes intentionally, probably not. Hopefully not. All right, back to downward facing dog. And here's what's that? At least most of the time, exactly. Back to down dog. Vinyasa, if you wish. But here's the thing, like none of us want to be known by like the worst things we've done. I certainly don't. I don't want to be known by like the crummy things that I've done in my life. So we have to hold that same mercy for those in our life that need that from us. Okay, so we did some dog squats already. Now we're going to do the upper body version of that. We're going to do some dog push-ups. So legs strong. You could come a little shorter for these so your heels are a little closer to the floor. And then you're going to do some push-ups. So you're not coming forward like towards plank. You're going to bend your elbows to the sides and try to drop your head straight down towards the floor. Good. And then press up. Your elbows can go wide for these. So elbows out. It's not a chaturanga. It's like a traditional push-up. So elbows to the side, squeeze your shoulders in, and then press the floor away. That's it. Do a couple more. Squeeze your elbows in, press the floor away. One more. Good. Now come forward to a plank. Drop your knees down. We're going to come to Sphinx. So you can come all the way to your belly and come into Sphinx. You can do forearms parallel, traditional Sphinx. If your shoulders are feeling cranky, you can always lace your fingers together. That's a little bit gentler on the shoulders with the fingers in the lace together position. Yeah, so we're down on our elbows, John, belly on the floor, Sphinx pose. Okay, we're gonna do some Sphinx roll-ups here. So press your elbows down, legs nice and strong, and then just slowly roll up, look to your belly. Your hips will come up, but you're toning your glutes at the same time. You're not piking your hips back. Then inhale and roll yourself back down. Good, exhale, roll yourself up. Pull your navel to your spine. Inhale, roll back down. Couple more, just floating up. Feel your belly tone. And keep that toning even as you're releasing down. And maybe feel that belly toning as just an inner strength that comes through, that comes from being able to forgive, being able to say, okay, maybe I've got these scars, maybe I've got these ways that I allowed myself to be hurt, or someone, did something terrible, or maybe even not so terrible, just, just sort of not thinking about it, careless with your heart. Do two more. And just feel all the ways that that strengthens you. Last one. Good. Roll back down. Splay your elbows, rest your head. It does. It breaks us down a little bit. It's like building muscles. Muscles they get these little microscopic tears and then they heal, and that's how they get stronger. If you break a bone, it becomes the strongest bone in your body because your body lays down bone. So our hurts, even though they might not feel so good in the moment, they allow us a strength. Come back to Sphinx. Good. Tuck your toes. Squeeze your legs towards each other, firm the muscles of your legs. Now look towards your belly like you're doing that roll up, and just find your way into a plank. Hips in line with heels, not higher. So tailbone in, belly lifting, then look forward. Look forward of your hands if your neck feels reasonable doing that. Push into the floor with your arms. Good. Then walk in. Walk feet towards elbows. I'm not going to do that. My shoulder's not having that today. If your shoulder is feeling cranky, so elbows still down, Len, unless you're lifting up for a reason. There you go. Dolphin pose. You got it. Good. Move your chest back towards your thighs. Lift your hips high to the air. Walk in a little closer. Maybe bring your hips a little more over your shoulders. Head off the floor. Gaze forward if your neck feels like that's an okay thing to do. If it's not, just let your head hang. That's okay. Okay. Walk yourself back out. Walk your feet back out. Lift your elbows. Downward facing dog. And then walk your feet to your hands, Uttanasana. Push your hands down into something, the floor or blocks. Shift your weight to your left foot, bend your right knee. Let your left hip shift a little bit left. Draw your hip back so you're feeling a big stretch and opening into the outer left hip, maybe into the back body a little bit. And then switch sides, straighten your right leg, bend your left knee. Yeah, your left heel can stay down. You can let your left hip sort of release down. So your left heel on the floor, just let your hip release down. That's it. But push your weight over to the right so you're feeling the stretch in the outer right hip. Okay, both legs straight. Lengthen your spine and rise all the way up. Reach up. Stretch up tall. And exhale. Release your arms by your sides. Okay. We're going to go to the wall for forearm stand or L pose on the forearms. If your shoulders are on the tighter side, if the shoulders feel like they're not quite strong enough to hold you up, do this with a strap. I'll show you how to do it with a strap. So if you feel like you're in that category, grab a strap and bring it with you and take your mat to the wall. Okay. Do you guys need a visual for this forearm stand, or do we know what we're doing?
I think we know what we're doing. If you need a tutorial, call me over. You could do the L, or you could do the full pose facing the wall, kicking your legs up. If you want to use the strap, you just make a loop. The loop goes above your elbows to hold your elbows in and help support if the muscles in the shoulders don't quite want to be doing that, right? And then either you're facing the wall, I'm not doing it, and kicking up, or you're turning around and doing an L shape. And again, call me over if you need help. So try something above your elbows, Sarah. That's it. Like that. That's it. So it holds them in. And if you need a good visual, Anne has a beautiful Pincha Mayurasana. See if she can give you the visual if you need it. I'm not doing it today. Yeah, you might be too far from the wall, Sarah. I'd scoot a little closer. Yeah, there you go. Yes. Nice. So head off the floor for this pose, if possible. Your head is off the floor. You're just on your forearms, looking forward towards your hands. Nice hand. So walk your feet down, Sarah. Walk your feet down. Yeah, just to hip height. You're going into an L shape. So walk down a little more. That's it. Now push your chest towards the wall. Push your thighs. That's good. Just like that. Push your elbows down. Nice, Marie. Nice. Nice. Yeah. The L.
Yeah, I was just doing it the other way first
Okay. Elbows down.
to remind myself.
There we go. Yep. That's it. Walk down a little bit. There you go. Yep. Yep. That's it. Look forward, head forward a little bit. That's it. There you go. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You were a little close to the wall. I feel
Yes.
like a smidge close. That makes it harder. All right. Anne's just going to hold that for another half an hour. All right. Rest for a moment. Nice, Eugenia. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Good. All right. Rest for a moment. Do a child's pose, or just sit on your feet. Just take a moment. After we go upside down, it's nice to take that moment before we come upright so quickly. We're always quick to come back upright. All right. And then let's find our way back to our spot. Come back to your spot in the room. You're going to need a block with you for the next couple things. You might want 2 blocks. Grab 2 blocks just in case. Then you've got them as you're finding your way back to your spot. Come back to, yeah, 2 blocks. I should have some blocks. All right. Sorry. Let's come into dog pose. As you find your way back to your mat, find your way to dog pose, downward facing dog. Good. From dog, we're going to step up into warrior 1. So big step forward, right foot between your hands. Drop your left heel down. Come up facing the front edge of your mat. Front, I don't know what I'm saying. The front of your mat, not the sides. Inhale, arms to the sky. Warrior 1. Back heel down if possible. That's it. Pivot your hip forward. Bend your right knee over your ankle. Good. Then move your shoulders back over your hips. Lift your ribs up a little bit, even as your hips descend down. Lift your shoulders up, even as your hips descend down, and curl into your upper body. Good. Then open into warrior 2. Turn and face the long edge of your mat. Adjust your feet so your heel now lines up with the instep, right heel to left instep. Right knee pressing wide to the right, sit down into the right knee. Relax the tops of your shoulders, but extend your arms really fully. Good. Then Parshvakonasana. You can go forearm to the thigh or hand to the floor if that's available. You can also go hand onto a block. Right knee stays bent. And you're either pushing your right hand into the floor if you're on the floor, or your elbow to your thigh so that there's some integrity in the right side body. Turn your belly a little bit more from right to left. So if you're doing this one, just come onto your elbow right here, just like that. So that, yeah, that's it. Good. From here, Trikonasana, triangle pose. If your hand's on the floor, just straighten your leg. You can slide your hand down your leg if you were going forearm onto the thigh, and then top arm towards the sky. Yeah. Turn your belly a little more from right to left. Turn, look up. Release what needs releasing down through your legs into the earth. And feel a lightness so that your upper body can lift and feel a little lighter, fuller, and brighter. Ardha Chandrasana, if you know where you're going, go for it. If you need the tutorial, stay with me. Step into your right foot. Take your right hand out in front so it lands under your shoulder. Float up your left leg. Right hand can always go on a block. That's it. That's it. Really weight your right heel. Don't collapse your weight forward into your hand. So let your legs support you here. If you're hanging on for dear life, hang on and breathe. If you're refining, move your top shoulder back, move your top hip back, stretch your top arm a little straighter. Nice, you guys. Big step back into downward facing dog. Very good. You can stay here or you can come through a vinyasa. If you need a rest, of course, that's always an option. Left foot into warrior one. Ground your right heel, come up facing front to start. That's it. Rotate your inner right thigh back. Wrap your right hip to face forward. Yeah, lovely, you guys. Get your ribs to lift a little. Yes. Without shrugging your shoulders, just let your whole shoulder girdle lift up as you stretch up through your arms. Good. Open warrior two. Face the long edge of your mat. Adjust your feet. Yes. Sit as deep as is reasonable for you to sit into that front thigh. Spiritual work, it's not always easy. You know, looking at the hurts, it's not always easy. Yoga, not always easy. It's not going to be easy, right? We shouldn't want it to, you know, it's going to make meaning in our lives. Sometimes it's going to challenge us. All right, Parshvakonasana, either forearm to your thigh or hand to the floor, top arm over your ear. Yeah. Sit into your left thigh. Push the top of your left shin bone forward. Good. One more breath. Yeah, that's good, Ron. Just like that. And then open into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Straighten out your left leg. Slide your hand up onto your leg high enough that your spine can be nice and long, that your bottom shoulder can move back, your top shoulder can move back, your torso in line with your front leg. Okay, Ardha Chandrasana, bend your front knee. Step into your left foot, left hand out in front. Go up on your fingertips. I know, you know what? I feel like this is going to make it easier. Your weight really wants to come forward. Use the block. Yeah. And really push this back like you're coming forward into your hand. Yeah. Good. Stack hips, stack shoulders. That's it. Yeah. Be lighter on your fingers, like be on your fingertips, like almost like you can hover. Yeah, like that. So just get lighter. That's it. That's it. Good. One more breath. Good. Big step back. Downward facing dog. Kathy, your block was off to the left of quite a bit on the right side also. I wonder if that's throwing your balance off a little. Like it's because it's way off to the side instead of more in front. Block. Yeah, maybe think about that. Okay. Hold or flow. All right, and then we're going to go right foot forward, left knee down. And we're going to come to lizard. So both hands over to the left. We're going to lower down onto the elbows. You can take a wider stance so the right foot can walk out to the right a little bit. Your right toes can turn out a little bit. The idea is the hip stretch. We don't want to feel this in the knee at all. Yes, good, you guys. Elbows, of course, yes, can go onto blocks. Press your right knee out to the right. Resist your left thigh towards the ceiling. And then just let your heart soften with mercy for yourself, with grace for yourself. Let your neck soften, your eyes, your head. Okay, we're going to take this into a thigh stretch. So keep your left elbow where it is. Twist to your right. Bend up your left knee. And this might be already a really big, deep stretch. So if that's the case, just stay there. If you can reach your foot, catch your foot behind you, hug your heel to your butt. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's it, Sarah, just like that. Good. Now, last breath, just kick your foot into your hand, make it more of a back bend, curl your head, your shoulders back. Excuse me. Okay, good. And release that foot. Switch your legs, step back into dog and switch your feet. Left foot forward. Take your time. Lizard, we'll start in the lizard. So right knee down, again, wide space between foot, front foot and back knee. And down onto your elbows. Create a little resistance with your right thigh pulling back gently, just a little bit. Let your heart soften down. Yes, the space in the front of your chest, your eyes, your jaw, any place that feels stiff or hard. All right, keep your right elbow where it is. Twist to the left. Bend up your right, right knee behind you. That's it. Maybe reach for your foot with your left hand. Close. Your foot. There you go, too, in the strap. There you go. I'll get you on the other side. There you go. Good. And then twist. You're literally right there, Marie. You're right there. You're right there. You're right there. Last breath. Last breath. Kick your foot back into your hand. Just move that shoulder back a little so you're getting that stretch into the shoulders. Yeah, that's it. Good. Okay, release. And back to dog. Okay, drop down to tabletop. So while it's all well and good to talk about, opening up our hearts and, finding that forgiveness in our hearts, yoga requires us to look at the dark, smelly places too. So we're going to open our armpits now too, not just our hearts, but our armpits. All right. So some of you have done this with me. I'm just showing block placement. This corner goes here. Top edge goes into your arm and we're going to lay down over the block. So you're going to lay down. That's where the block's going to go. Bottom corner into the right front of your chest. And your right arm is straight out over it, but you're laying out. So turn it the other way, Lana. Turn the block. That way, lower is going to be better. Trust me. You don't want to go higher for this one. And you're laying on your belly, not on your side. Laying on your belly, like fully on your belly. You're on your side. Slide the block over. Fully on your belly. Start there. Good. Then slide your left elbow out to the left. Rest your head on your left hand. Yes, like that. Yep. Is that okay, Mary? Yeah, head on your right hand. Sorry, not on, head on your left hand. Head on your left hand. Your right arm is on the block. Into the armpit, like into the front of your chest, like poking into your chest a little bit. That's it. And head on your left arm. Okay, I think we got it. Yeah, you can bend your left elbow and just make a little pillow with your hand. Okay, now just let your weight get really heavy on the block. So let your right armpit release into the block, your right arm release down into the block. Just let gravity do the work for you here a little bit. Feel the block sort of pressing up into your arm, into the front of your chest. Stay heavy on your block now. Slide your left hand over to the left and just start to roll front to back. So you're going to roll onto your side towards your back. Don't roll off the block, but roll sort of along the whole length of the block. So roll to your belly. And then roll to your side. If you need to adjust where you are on the block, adjust where you are on the block. So the block is massaging underneath your right arm, the front of your right chest. Let gravity do the work for you here. Just be really heavy on the block. If it's too intense, fold your mat over the block. You can just put the mat over it. I know these cork blocks are not very forgiving.
You might feel it the most in the upper chest.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Next time you're on your side, stay there. So lay on your side, rest your head on your arm. Yep. You can step your top foot behind you if you like, or you can just have the legs stacked. And then just do some little micro movements, some little rocking movements using the block to massage underneath your shoulder blade, underneath your arm, Just like looking at our hurts, our past hurts, and the things that we're holding on to. It's not pretty work. It's not easy work. We open up all the parts that we don't like to look at. We don't like to think about. We don't like to get into necessarily. That's the work. When we're willing to do that, that's when things open up. Okay, roll back to your belly. Slide the block to the side for a moment. Just rest your head on your hands. And just feel one shoulder to the other. Notice the difference, one shoulder to the other. That right shoulder should feel a lot more spacious to you. Okay, and let's do the other side. Slide the block to the left. It's going into the front of the left chest, back of the left arm on top of the block. Yep, corner of the block right into the front of the chest there, right. So first thing is head on your right hand. Just letting your weight be heavy on the block. Just release. Release your weight into the block. Let your body feel heavy. Let your arm feel heavy on the block. Your chest feel heavy on the block. And then keeping your body feeling heavy on the block. Slide your right arm over to the right. So you have a little leverage in that right hand, and then just roll yourself front to back. Roll underneath the shoulder blade. Yeah, roll as far to your back as you can without rolling off the block, and then roll back to your belly. That's it. Just using the block like a foam roller. So ironing out the muscles, ironing out the connective tissue. You know, muscles we can stretch by doing all sorts of yoga things. Connective tissue, fascia, is really, we can only work on using these, you know, roll techniques. So that's really what we're getting into here. Okay, next time you're on your left side, stay there. You can rest your head onto your left arm. And then you can make some little micro movements. Adjust the block as you need to. Use it to massage out underneath your shoulder blade, underneath your arm. Letting the whole of your armpit feel like it's opening up. Which doesn't feel like such a, you know, sexy thing to be talking about, but your back bends are going to feel a whole lot easier when you do this work. All right, another breath or two to just roll around on the block. All right, and then roll back to your belly. Good. Come on up to tabletop. Come to stand up onto your knees for some camel stuff. Okay, so a couple things for camel. If you know it's difficult to reach your feet in camel, put blocks next to you. So you have blocks there to support you. You want your hands to be able to land onto something. And if it's not your feet, it can be blocks. Let's do this first one with the toes tucked under. Hug your legs in towards each other. Sometimes forgiveness, it's like, you know, it doesn't mean we don't have a boundary, you know? So like, it's like we set the boundary, hug the legs in, tone the muscles, not in a way that feels, you know, rigid, but that feels protective. Take your thigh bones back a little, widen your inner thighs, then tone your glutes and drop your tailbone. Tone your low belly a lot, especially if you have low back stuff. Okay, then keep all of that action and start to curl into your upper back. Slide your thumbs towards each other behind you, curl your shoulders back, curl your head back, neck long. Reach for your feet or your blocks. Once your hands are touching something, work to bring your thighs more vertical. Lift up through your heart. Curl the tops of your shoulders back. Open up through your heart space. Send grace, mercy, compassion out into the universe from your heart to whoever needs it. Inhale, come on up. Good. Either come to tabletop or just sit onto your feet for a moment. You can do a little pelvic tilting, cat and cow, if your back feels like it needs that. If your back felt like it was taking a lot of the weight of that back bend, we're going to do another one. You do it with a block between your legs. Squeezing the block can really help keep it out of the low back. So as we come to this next one.
When you're doing camel, your weight is supposed to stay forward like that.
I mean, theoretically, but it's going to depend.
Yeah.
Right. You're not supposed to be sort of leaned back like
That's
this.
fine.
Right. Yeah. And look, the reality is that if you're back, if you're tighter in the front of your body, that's going to happen. You're going to lean back a little bit more. And if it's going to push it into your low back, bringing your thigh bones forward in a way that doesn't feel good, let your thigh bones go back. It's okay. You want to aim for like a nice gentle curve along your spine. And if your hip flexors are not allowing for that to happen, you don't want your low back to take the weight of it. But yes, theoretically, classical pose, thighs are vertical, hands are back. Okay, squeeze your legs together. Again, make that boundary. Hug your legs in, then lengthen up. You can go hands on hips again. If you want to take it a little deeper, untuck your toes. If you want a deeper back bend, or else stay with toes tucked, curl back. Reach for your feet or blocks. Land your hands into something. That's it. Lift through your heart. That's it. Just feel a flowing upward and outward of grace, of mercy, of compassion. All right, and it'll come on up hard first. Yeah, I was doing, I was doing it a little lopsided because it was hurting my shoulder to push down. So I was just kind of hovering that arm. It's okay. You can do it that way. You can do it that way. All right, good. Let's come to tabletop, do a little hip shift, tushy wiggle, whatever feels good. Okay. Let's do a little passive heart opening here. So this will be with one block or two. If you're short, on the shorter side, one block can work. We're going to go shoulder blades over the block. I want your head on something. So again, I'm short, so my head lands on the block. I don't need two blocks here. If you are taller, use two blocks. Make a T with your blocks and put your head so that your head is resting onto something. If the block at this height is too intense, go lower on the block. You can also put a blanket over it. So one block or two, shoulder blades. You need help, Eugenia? You got it? You want it up high? Okay, yeah. Okay, head is on something, same block or a different block, either way, but you want to push the base of your skull into something. Okay, then you can either have your legs straight or your knees bent. If your low back is feeling a little tight from the back bends, knees bent is going to feel better. All right. Now stretch your arms up towards the ceiling. So straight up above your shoulders. That's it. And then with your arms up above your shoulders, pull your shoulder blades down. Feel like you're trying to squeeze the block between your shoulder blades. Then keep that, tone your belly, reach your arms up overhead. That's it. Yeah, like that. Good. Then inhale, take your arms to the sky again. Squeeze the block with your shoulder blades. Pulse the arms overhead. That's it. And one more time, inhale, arms up. Squeeze the block with your shoulder blades and then reach the arms overhead. Good. You can stay there now, or you can bring your arms by your sides, whatever, if you want more of like a passive release across the front of your chest. You can stay there. Yeah, of course, if your hands come to the floor overhead, that's fine. But now just let your shoulder, the armpits settle towards the floor. Let the tops of your shoulders settle towards the floor. Keep a gentle tone to your legs and to your low belly so you're feeling supported. Good. If your arms are up now, bring your arms by your sides. Bend up your knees if your knees aren't bent. And then roll to your side. So instead of sitting up, roll to your side. Rest on your side for a moment. Let it be keep it low and slow. That's it. Good. All right. And then move your blocks off to the side. And then let's just do a more, that's sort of the passive version of fish pose. Now we'll do the more active version of fish pose. So you'll come onto your elbows like this. You're creating the same shape with your body, but you're using the muscles to create the shape rather than the block. So legs nice and strong. Puff your chest up, push your elbows down, let your head release back towards the floor. If it feels better for you to have your head off the floor, stay where you are. If you want to walk your elbows towards your hips and bring the top of your head to the floor, that's the classical version of the pose. Crown of your head on the floor, chest lifting up. So there's this big openness across the front of your chest. Opens up your diaphragm. You can breathe a lot deeper. So just focus on deep, full breaths. Yeah, if you want your head to come to the floor, you're going to have to walk your elbows forward a little bit. If your neck is not happy weight bearing like that, then just keep your head just hanging. Okay, to come out, push down into your elbows, look up towards your feet, roll down towards your back. You got it. Okay, roll to your side and come on up. Extend your legs out in front of you. Step your right foot outside your left knee. And then reach under and make sure that the sit bones are grounding evenly. The right one's going to want to lift up as the leg comes across. So ground your right hip, both hips evenly, lace your fingers, sit tall. And then twist to your right, hug your knee or cross the outer elbow outside the knee. Take your right hand behind you. Take a deep breath in, lengthen through your spine. As you breathe out, rotate. And just like that, as you pulse into the twist, just turning your heart, turning towards the awareness that really most people are doing the best they can. Most of the time, it's not about you, whatever that hurt is. You can let it go. You can say, you know, what you did is not okay, but I don't want to be known by the worst thing I've ever done, and I'm not going to hold you to that either. I'm going to release this tether between us. Inhale, release your twist. Stretch out your right leg. Bend your left knee. Sit up tall if you need to, again, reach under, just even out the sit bones on the floor. Twist left, left hand behind you. Hug the knee or cross the elbow. What can be released as you're wringing out in this twist? What can be released? What can be let go of? What hurt or anger or hardness can be released as you release deeply into the twist. Let it go. Inhale to face front. Good. Extend your legs out in front of you. Place your hands next to your hips. So you can extend your spine and extend your legs. Good. And then hinge from your hips. Hands can stay behind for support. They can come to the sides. Of course, they can reach for your feet if that's available to you. If you're holding something, you can also use a strap, of course. If you're holding on to something, give a gentle pull so that your shoulders move back and your heart moves forward. Let your head and your neck release. Turn to your heart. Your tender, sweet heart, which has been hurt, but can be healed by forgiving and by letting go of the hurts that have come. Inhale, bring yourself back up. All right, we're going to do a little meditation to finish the practice. So take a good seat, sit however you're comfortable sitting on a block or on blankets, legs crossed or knees folded back behind you. Again, reach down one more time and broaden out the flesh from your sit bones so that you're sitting with the sit bones really snuggled into the mat or the blanket. Rock forward a little bit so that you're sitting more towards your sit bones and not rocked back onto your tailbone. So there's a gentle curve in your low back. And draw your shoulders back. Let your elbows rest, hang beneath your shoulders so that your shoulders can relax and your neck can release. Bring your chin parallel to the floor so that the crown of the head can lift straight up. So this is a metta meditation where we offer our compassion and our mercy out into the world. We always offer to ourselves first. So bring yourself into your awareness and say to yourself, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease of being. Bring to your awareness now someone beloved in your life, someone you care deeply for. Hold them in your awareness and say, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease of being. Widen your circle of mercy. Invite into your awareness someone you know, but maybe not so well, an acquaintance, a friend, someone in your community who you know might need your grace and mercy, and say to them, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease of being. Now widen the circle to take in someone or a group of people, the others who you might be struggling with. Maybe someone that's hurt you in the past. Maybe someone that you're having a challenging moment with right now. From this safe distance, open your heart to them and say, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease of being. Sit for a moment with this feeling, the somatic experience of mercy, of grace, of loving kindness flowing from you, as you. And if you'd like to stay for the remainder of practice and meditation, you can stay where you are. If you'd like to finish in Shavasana, just gently make your way to your back. Shavasana is the ultimate expression of surrender, of letting go. So as you let go and release in your body, let go in your heart, any ways that you are holding on to hurt, holding on to anger. Let yourself soften deeply. Gently now, allow your breath to deepen. Allow your body to stretch, move, gently reawaken. And to make your way onto your side, back up to seated. Poet David White has a really beautiful way of speaking about forgiveness, or I guess writing about it. He says to forgive is to put oneself in a larger gravitational field of experience than the one that first seemed to hurt us. We reimagine ourselves in the light of our maturity, and we reimagine the past in the light of our new identity. We allow ourselves to be gifted by a story larger than the story that first hurt us. To forgive is to assume a larger identity than the person who was first hurt. To mature and to bring to fruition an identity that can put its arm not only around the afflicted one within, but also around the memories seared within us by the original blow. And then through a kind of psychological virtuosity, extend our understanding to the one who first delivered it. Bring your hands together at your heart. May we continue to be beacons of mercy and compassion for those in our lives, for ourselves. Let's end together with an Om. If you'd like to join, take a deep breath in. Om. Namaste. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Rachel.
Hope you have a great day and a great week. See you, John. You're muted. I can't hear you. I think you're talking.
Nice to be back.
Yes, good to have you back. Good to see you.